ho! Happy New Year and Merry Christmas! Ho, ho, ho!
Hey, would you mind keeping it quiet, Santa? I would like to get a little sleep.
From Television City in Hollywood. Ladies and gentlemen, Danny Kaye.
You meet the nicest people everywhere around Christmas time. You meet the nicest people everywhere just like here. But I can't understand how the very same people who laugh so freely and sing so gaily can be so gloomy the other days of the year. Feel the nicest feeling in the air around Christmas time. You get the warmest greetings full of holiday cheer. And wouldn't the world be a nice place to live in if everybody would be the nicest, warmest, friendliest, Christmassy sort of people every day of the year. Every day of the year. Every day of the year. Hello, giraffe. Hello, Evelyn. Hello, doll.
The nicest feeling in the air around Christmas time.
It's the happiest feeling.
Get the warmest greetings.
Full of holiday cheer. So full of holiday cheer.
And wouldn't the world be a nice place to live in if everybody would be the nicest, warmest, friendliest Christmassy, sort of people, every day of the Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the show. I'd like you to just sit back and relax, because there's nothing more you can do about any kind of Christmas shopping tonight. Now, I've been shopping for toys, and I must confess to you, it's not what it used to be. You know, when I was a kid, we asked for simple gifts, like a ball or a bat or a pair of skates. Last week, I asked my little nephew what he wanted for Christmas. And do you know what he wants? An automatic, super isotropic, remote-controlled, digital, integral computer set. And do you know what he's going to get? A ball, a bat, and a pair of skates. The rage this year, you know, are the big moving monster toys. And they've got one in the toy stores called the Great Bonzoo. And as you walk past the counter, he lights up, whistles, grabs your neck, and forces you to buy him. Now, tonight we've given ourselves our very first Christmas present, the wonderfully talented Dick Van Dyke. Right now, Dick and I are getting ready for a very important wedding. Mine. And Dick is my best man, and I play the groom. Debonair, nonchalant, and out of my mind with fear.
Will you please just tell the justice of the peace he'll be right down? Well, the groom happens to be getting dressed. We'll be down there in a minute. Harry! Harry! They're waiting. You've been in there dressing for the last hour and a half. Harry, you're not the first person in the whole world to get married. You got a right to be nervous a little bit, but I was nervous on my wedding, too. But, Harry, you're behaving like a child. You hear me, Harry? They're waiting downstairs for the ceremony, Harry. All right, Harry, I'm going to go to the closet. I'm going to get my coat, and I'm going downstairs without you. Harry, will you come out of there, please?
George, I've made up my mind. I'm not going to the wedding.
You're the groom and you're not going to the wedding?
Yeah, that's right. I'm not going.
Then may I read you this invitation? Mr. and Mrs. W.P. Rogers cordially invite you to attend the wedding of their daughter, Emily, to Mr. Harry Whitner. Now, Harry Whitner, is that you?
That's me. Yes, that's me.
Then why aren't you going to the wedding?
Because I didn't get an invitation.
Back in that closet again.
No, you're absolutely right, George. Going back into the closet is childish.
Right.
I'll go into the clothes hamper.
You will not go to come back here. Harry, will you just stop it? Just stop it. Doggone it, get a hold of yourself. You got a beautiful bride waiting for you down there, and all the guests are waiting for the wedding. Harry, look, go in there and finish putting on your clothes, dress all up, and I don't want to hear any more nonsense out of you. For all, it's perfectly normal to be a little bit nervous at your wedding, but you're ridiculous. Just get a hold of yourself, Harry. I'll get your coat for you. Harry?
What is it, George?
Harry, we've been friends for a long time, haven't we?
That's true. Absolutely true.
We've never kept anything from each other, have we?
No, we haven't.
Well, will you answer me one question, Harry?
Yes.
How did you get back in that closet?
Oh, George, I feel the whole thing is a mistake, that's what.
Put your coat on.
All right.
Why do you say it's a mistake,
Well, I don't know why I say it. I just feel it, George. Look, I don't even know Emily that well. I mean, Emily and I are rushing into this thing like a couple of reckless kids. We really don't know each other. I mean, George, how long have we been going out together?
17 years, Harry. Just drink that down, will you? And calm down.
George?
Yeah?
I don't want to get married.
Harry, why not?
Well, I don't know why not. All I know, George, is that somewhere deep down inside, a little tiny voice keeps saying, "Don't do it!"
Do you think that you're the first man in the whole world to go to pieces because he's going to get married? It's the most natural thing in the world. Harry, marriage can be beautiful.
Yeah, well, how come if it's so beautiful that people are always fighting all the time, George?
Harry, it's because husbands don't know Those 3 magic little words that every woman wants to hear.
3 magic little words?
3 little words that will solve any argument, Harry.
Oh, what are they?
I was wrong. Just keep saying that over and over. I was wrong, I was wrong, I was wrong.
George, I don't think that I would like to live my life like that, George. I would like to have my freedom. I would like to feel that as a liberated human being, I can come and go as I please. I want to know that on any given beautiful morning, I can get up. I'd like to know that on any morning, I could get up. I'd like to know, even if it's a rainy morning, that I could get up. I can't get up.
Harry, I know what you mean. You want your freedom. It's what you want.
That's right.
You want to be able to come home tonight, any night.
Any night.
And sit down in your own... and sit down in your... and sit in your... I can't sit down. I think I broke my sit down.
I'll tell you what, George. You take my advice. Just take 1 step to your left. That's all. Now straighten up and lower the boom. Hey?
There you go.
George, you don't, George? George?
Right.
You don't have to hide anything from me anymore. I feel that I am mature and grown up to the point where I can take anything you have to tell me. Now, I'd like you to tell me on the level, George, what is marriage really like?
You mean on the level?
On the level.
What is marriage to me? Imagine, if you will, a tropical island, lush with a golden sunset and the sounds of 1,000,000 guitars. That ain't it. What is marriage to me? Imagine, if you will, a beautiful Christmas tree hung with 1,000 candy canes, brightly decorated with packages and with sparkling lights on it. And that's not it. Have you ever been in a prison camp?
Stop the marriage. I want to get off.
Ah, Harry, what's the big deal? What do you got to do? You got to go downstairs. You got to say a couple of little words. You got to say, I do. And you have got to kiss her. You got to slip this little ring on her finger, and you leave on your honeymoon. And you come back within a couple of weeks, and you buy some furniture. And you buy a nice little house, George. And you buy yourself a new wedding ring, because this ain't coming off of me.
That's nice dancing, George.
Harry, it won't come off.
Well, I don't know what... I think that we should get a little piece of string and tie one end of it to the ring and the other end to the knob on the door. And then when somebody will come in, they'll open the door and pull the string and the ring will come off your finger.
That's for teeth.
Oh. Well, then I don't know what it is. You put a paper bag over your head and take 5 deep breaths and the ring will fall off your finger.
That's for hiccups. You can't get a finger off your ringer with that.
Did you ever try it?
Well, no.
Well, don't knock it until you've tried. All you need is a paper bag, and there's one there under the bar. That's a paper bag under the bar. There it is, under the bar, a paper bag. That's a paper bag under the bar. And I... I know where it is, George. I just can't get to it. There. Now take 5 deep breaths. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I wouldn't believe it if I didn't see it with my own eyes.
The string on the door would have worked, too. Come in.
That is the door to the telephone. They're calling from downstairs again.
Oh.
Yes? I will ask. Oh. Emily is with the justice of the peace, and she wants to get married. What do you say?
If they love each other, I will not stand in their way.
She wants to marry you, Harry.
Wants to marry me? Emily wants to marry me? Pretty girl like Emily wants to marry me?
You're a lucky man, Harry.
Harry, are you ready, darling?
Yes, I'm coming, Emily, dear.
Are you nervous, honey?
Who? Me nervous?
George, aren't you coming? Can't have a wedding without a best man.
Of of course, ladies and gentlemen, this lovely girl is Dick Van Dyke's television wife, Mary Tyler Moore. Mary, we're so glad, as they are, I'm sure, we're so delighted that you could drop in tonight to play my bride.
Oh, it was fun, Danny.
Yeah. Do you think you could come back next week so we could do a whole show together?
I'd love to. I'd just love to. You know, there is such a glamour and excitement about being on your show, Danny. It's so chic and elegant.
Really?
Oh.
Well, thank you, Mary, but your own show
Oh,
has...
well, now, don't get me wrong. I mean, I adore Rob. He's really a wonderful guy. But he's certainly not sophisticated. I mean, he's no Fred Astaire. Well, good night, Danny. See you next week.
Yes. What's the matter?
Did you hear what I heard? That I'm no Fred Astaire.
Yeah, well, what I think she was...
What you want? I'm not a Fred Astaire. I'll tell you something about her.
What?
She is no Sir Lawrence Olivier.
Now, you're a good dancer, Dick. I wouldn't be that...
Well, I sure am a good dancer. I can dance as good as he can.
Fred Astaire?
No, Sir Lawrence Olivier.
Well, I tell you what, Richard, why don't I meet you backstage and we'll cook up a little dance and we'll show the world that we can both sing and dance as well as Fred can.
It's Fred Astaire?
No, Fred Flintstone. Seen the well-to-do up and down Park Avenue
On that famous thoroughfare with their noses in the air.
high hats and shining collars,
White spats and lots of dollars
spending every dime.
for a wonderful time. If you're blue and you don't know where to go to, why don't you go where fashion sits? Putting on the Ritz.
Different types who wear a day coat, pants, red stripes, and cutaway coat, perfect fits.
Putting on the Ritz. Dressed up like $1 million trooper.
Higher than John Glenn or Gordon Cooper.
Super duper. Come, let's mix where Rockefellers walk with sticks for umbrellas in their midst. Putting on the Ritz.
You know something? I think you dance just like Fred Astaire. How do you like that?
Thanks, man. Just I don't like to complain, but doesn't Fred Astaire usually dance with a girl, you know, like something like Ginger Rogers or something?
Well, sure, you want Ginger Rogers. Why didn't you say so?
You can get Ginger Rogers?
Oh, come on now, Richard. I got you this far, didn't I? Leave it to me. The light's dim. We're in a garden, bathed in shimmering moonlight. You're dancing all by yourself, all alone. Then suddenly, in the moonlight, she appears.
Where?
There. Dressed in a beautiful gown.
Whoa!
Ask her to dance. Go on.
Oh,
No, go on.
okay.
What did she say?
Well, she said she hurt her ankle, but she'll dance anyways. I like it.
for her sister. Thank you very much. Last year, Andy Williams graciously invited me to spend a few moments with him on his program. So we thought we'd turn the tables tonight. We found a couple of tables and we turned them, and here he is, Andy Williams. We're so delighted you're here tonight, Andy, and it was so very, very nice of you to come and visit with us.
It's my
like
pleasure.
this.
What do you want to talk about?
Well, I don't know. I thought maybe, hey, how would you like to hear a riddle?
All right, shoot.
All right. What's round, purple, and stamps out forest fires?
I don't know. I give up.
Smokey the Grape.
All right, if that's the way you want to play, I got one for you.
All right.
What's orange and green and hangs on a wall?
I give up.
An orange and green wall hanger. I got another one.
No, I'm not over that one yet.
I got another one. You'll like this even
All
better.
right, which one?
What's pink and yellow and hangs on a wall?
A pink and yellow wall hanger?
No, I'm sorry. They only come in orange and green.
You are a crazy nut. I got another one for you.
All right.
What wears a suit and tie and sings White Christmas?
Arthur Tracy, the street grape?
No, Andy Williams. And it's from his new #1 Christmas album. Andy Williams.
Thank you. I'm dreaming of a white Christmas, just like the ones I used to know, where the treetops glisten and children listen to hear sleigh bells in the snow. I'm dreaming of a white Christmas, with every Christmas card I write. May your days be merry and bright, and may all your Christmases be white. With every Christmas card I write, may your days be merry and bright,
These days, more and more jury trials are being shown on television. It occurred to us that if the TV cameras continue in the courtroom, it may affect the behavior of the various participants. They may become self-conscious, and you may turn on your set one day and see something like this.
Today's the day. Today's the day. They're finally bringing Trixie Mallory to trial.
Yeah, but do you really think she bumped off her husband?
It doesn't matter in this case. With Dan LeGrand as a prosecuting attorney, even a litter bug would get the chair.
Oh, he's really something, isn't he? The toughest, coldest, shrewdest DA in the entire country.
Yeah. Here he comes now.
Oh, yeah?
Am I too much American? Guilty, guilty, guilty is everybody. Guilty.
Oh, Mr. LeGrand, do you feel confident that you'll convict Trixie Mallory?
I never lose, boy. Losing is in bad taste.
With all due respect, sir, do you know who the defense attorney is?
You mean they bothered to get one with me on the case? Who is he?
It's the grand old man of law. America's smartest, oldest, and sloppiest lawyer, Clancy Burroughs.
Mr. Burroughs!
Mr. Burroughs! Mr. Burroughs!
Burroughs, you say Burroughs? Clancy Burroughs?
That's you, sir.
Oh, good. I read somewhere that I died.
You have a statement for our paper, sir.
Yes, I certainly do. You may tell your readers that my defense for the trial of my client will be predicated on the great jurisprudence and legalistic maneuvering that we as a group of jurors have identified.
Mr. Burroughs!
What's that? Yes, who?
Mr. Clancy Burroughs!
Oh, yes, passed away in 1927.
Everybody rise. The court is now in session. His Honor Judge Fillmore Crawford presiding.
Be seated. Bring in the defendant. Case of the state versus Trixie Mallory.
Now, as your lawyer, I have to know one thing.
What's that?
Will you give me a little kiss? Oh, come on, I won't hurt you, and it'll do me a lot of good. Now, how much time have I got left anyway? You heard what happened to Clancy Burroughs back there, didn't you?
Is the prosecuting attorney ready to present his opening remarks?
I am, Your Honor. As the brilliant and incredibly handsome young attorney for the state, I intend to prove beyond a shadow of a doubt that on the night of January 14th, the defendant, Miss Trixie Mallory, a dancer at the Club Waikiki Luau, a Hungarian restaurant, willingly and knowingly, with malice aforethought, murder her musician husband, George Mallory. We will further prove that she accomplished this hideous crime by attaching a 220-volt electric line to his electric guitar, thereby causing him to twang himself to death. Thank you, Your Honor.
Is the defense ready to present his opening remarks?
Yes, Your Honor, I certainly am.
Are you all right?
Am I alive?
Yes.
Well, then I'm all right.
Continue, Mr. Burroughs.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, my worthy opponent, and Your Honor. and friends, beloved parents, I have listened with great admiration to the opening remarks of my worthy colleague, and he speaks beautifully. Yes, he speaks beautifully, with much knowledge of the facts at hand. All in all, presenting a tight, well-prepared case. But something still troubles me. One burning question I would ask this courtroom. What's so terrible if a girl gives her lawyer a little kiss? An old man. How many years have I got left anyway?
Your Honor, this is absolutely ridiculous.
Ridiculous? If you think that's ridiculous, young man, what about this comedy cape you're wearing?
Order! Order!
And you in that basic black dress, you keep out of this.
Order! Order! We will proceed with the trial.
Thank you very kindly, Your Honor. The state would like to call as its first witness Mr. Ronald Hartley.
You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Be seated.
Now, Mr. Hartley, would you please tell the court what your occupation is?
I am a tailor, sir. Custom-made suits.
And Mr. Hartley, isn't your shop located directly across the street from the Club Waikiki Luau?
That's right, sir.
Mr. Hartley, how much do you charge for a suit?
$500, sir.
I see. Then you would probably consider yourself an expert on sartorial elegance, would you not?
Indeed I would, sir.
Then would you kindly tell the court, sir, who you think is the handsomest, best-dressed lawyer in this country?
You are, sir, without a doubt.
No further questions, Mr. Hartley. Thank you. Your witness, sir.
Mr. Burroughs.
Mr. Burroughs, he's still alive? No further questions.
You may step down, Mr. Hartley. Proceed, Mr. Legrand.
Thank you, Your Honor. At this time, I would like to call to the stand Miss Trixie Mallory.
Point of objectivity, Your Honor. Corpus delicti, habeas corpus, nola contendere in his Latin American rhythm. The defendant does not have to testify against herself. It's bad enough she's got a senile lawyer.
I don't mind. I'm innocent. I tell you I'm innocent. I didn't electrocute my husband.
You stay out of this, you murderer! I refuse to allow my client...
If the defendant wishes, she may testify.
Defendant?
Defendant.
Thank you, Your Honor. I would like to call at this time to the stand the defendant, Miss Trixie Mallory.
You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
You'd better believe it, Chickie sweetie.
Just a simple yes will be sufficient. Miss Mallory, you may be seated. Now, Miss Mallory, would you display for the court the type of dancing that you do? On what grounds?
On the grounds that according to the law, a witness cannot be forced to tap dance against herself.
Objection sustained. Strike the question, Mr. Legrand.
Very well, Miss Mallory, since you refuse to answer my question, it is up to me to recreate for you what happened in that nightclub on the night of that murder. At 9:15, the lights were all dimmed. The place was filled with guests. There was a roll on the drums. And the floor show began. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's showtime right now at the Club Waikiki as we proudly present our new springtime review, Christmas in Romania. At that time, the chorus girls came out and danced. Hello, ladies, and goodbye, friends. Sit right back and watch us dance. Max and Joe, we hope you'll have the time of your lives. We hope you brought your money instead of your wives. And here's a girl to whom we pay a very big salary. Presenting Tops and Taps, Miss Trixie Mallory. Me the old soft shoe, I said the old soft shoe. That's the dance, buddy. To me.
Objection! Your Honor, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, in all my years as a barrister, I have never seen such a flagrant display of cheap theatrical courtroom tactics. Now, you know better, Mr. Legrand. I know that you know. And you know that I know that you know that I'll go where you go, and I know that you go. And here's wonderful time I survived.
Wonderful trial, and since I'm a sport, I'm throwing this case right out of this court.
Thank you, Your Honor. You're very wise.
Well, now, let's hear it for the judge with them googly eyes.
So all you legal students better listen to me.
So, all you legal students, 1963.
Before we close the docket, we'd like to report.
If you're ever in trouble, settle out of court. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. You know, there are special cases where you get particular joy out of doing a show. And such a case is tonight. I think Dick Van Dyke is as easy and as gifted a man to work with as I have met in many, many years in my profession. It's really true because he's a... Well, I think what happens is that you recognize yourself in many people. Now, for instance, I know he's a nut. And I recognized that in him very, very early on. He came to do the show, and I think we had met briefly once. And Dick came upstairs, and we had a cup of coffee, and he was kind of shy with me, and I was kind of shy with him. You see, contrary to the way people believe that performers kind of fall all over each other the minute they meet each other, it's not true. This was a kind of a very slowly developing relationship, and it's great fun, and I do hope that Dick can come back and sometimes work with us again. It was a delight to have him here, particularly this time of year, because it is a wonderful time of year. It's a time that everybody loves, when that certain feeling that's so appealing sort of sneaks right in. And before you know it, the season greeting is knocking at your door, shouting, ready or not, you might get caught unless you get down to the store. So you rush downtown, ooh, what a mob of people. Seems that everybody and his cousin had the same idea. And they're pushing and they're yelling and they're shoving, squeezing, buying, selling. Everyone is shopping around. Everyone is hopping around from store to store with the same old feeling. The same old problem every year. What shall I get for sis and brother, Uncle Harry, Dad and Mother, Cousin Jenny, Auntie Sue, Larry, Betty and Mary Lou? Now the girls at the office.
The office manager too.
The office manager too.
The office manager too.
'Cause if you forget him, he might forget you. Oh, the Christmas season, how I really love it. I look forward to it every year. Oh, the Christmas spirit, listen and you'll hear it. Yuletide carols filled with cheer. La 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 la. Do you know what I like about Christmas? Oh, there are a lot of things I like about Christmas, but do you know what I really like about Christmas? It's the kids. Now, you know, they're really rascals. And just about this time of year, they kind of walk around with an impish glow and an expression that seems to say, well, now look, fellas, we've come this far. Let's not blow the presents now. So at this time of year, they suddenly act like angels. And they're extra good. I mean, not just good like on any other day, but real good. I mean, really good. I mean, really, really, really good. Like all of a sudden they found that soon old Santa Claus will be around. Now, this transformation happens each December. And up until the 25th, oh, they're just as good as gold. When they've been this good, you can't remember. Doing every single solitary, really extraordinary, even some unnecessary things that they are told. Like helping their mother with the dishes and obeying all their father's wishes. And they might even let you watch your favorite TV show. And don't take out the garbage, Mommy, let us go. And what a sight to see them go to bed at night. Nobody asks for a glass of water, nobody wants a story read. They tiptoe up to the bedroom, say their prayers, and go to bed. Oh, the Christmas season, how I really love it. I look forward to it every year. Oh, that Christmas spirit, listen and you'll hear it. Merry Christmas, Merry, Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas. What and all. Well, now it's time to thank our guest, Dick Van Dyke, for being with us, and also a deep bow to Andy Williams and Mary Tyler Moore for dropping by. And to Sylvia Lewis, Jamie Farr, Byron Morrow, Orville Sherman, and Bob Hastings for helping out so ably in the courtroom sketch. And now, I'd like to leave you with one final word. Holiday. Have a happy one, won't you? Good night.